Hey everyone, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of Malaysian driftwood. So to start off, as you can see, it is a very dark brown wood. I've got a couple small pieces here today to show you because I'm going to be putting them in this small tank. I do have the smaller pieces, but these can come in many different shapes, sizes, and styles as well. As you can see, it does come in some very small pieces, which is really nice if you're organizing a nano tank like I have. I'll get more into it later, but one thing that this driftwood does as well is it releases tannins into your aquarium. Now, this can cause your water to be kind of a yellow color. This is the color of the tannins that it releases, and so it is excellent for someone who wants to make a black water aquarium or just likes the slight natural look that it can give. Now, before I officially get into all the benefits, I'm just going to go over a few things that you want to keep in mind before you add it to your tank. The first thing is that, like most wood, when you first add it to your tank, it's probably going to float. So if you don't want it to do so, maybe before you add it to your tank, soak it in a bucket for a few days until it sinks. You can speed up the saturation process if you boil it. This will not make it immediate, however, it does speed it up and will shorten the time you have to soak it. Another thing that is great about boiling driftwood is it releases a lot of the tannins right off the bat. In addition to it not changing the water quality that quickly, by pre-boiling it, it will also be great for anyone who doesn't really like the discoloration of the water. Now, if none of that applied to you and you don't want to pre-boil it to release the tannins, then make sure you just give it a quick rinse. So with that being said, let's talk about all of the benefits of Malaysian driftwood. Now, as I've mentioned many times now, Malaysian driftwood releases tannins. Now, tannins, what they actually do is they raise the acidity of the water. So this is great for fish who kind of like water a little bit more acidic. The closer your tank is to a fish's natural habitat, the healthier they're going to be. Overall, tannins in your water will boost your fish's immune system and make them less susceptible to illness. And it also releases a lot more tannins than some other woods, such as Cholla Wood and spiderwood. Those give off tannins as well, but a lot less. So Malaysian driftwood and other dark woods are going to set off the most amount of tannins, so they will have the most medicinal benefits. Now, another benefit is actually quite interesting in my opinion, and that is that it is a great source of food for plecos. If you have a pleco, such as a bristlenose or a common pleco, they will actually eat driftwood. They will eat it because it is a great source of nutrients, but it also provides them with a lot of fiber in their diet. They are, of course, known for eating algae and wafers and stuff like that, but a piece of driftwood actually really helps supplement their diet, and you'll often see plecos nibbling on driftwood. So if you want to add an additional food source for a pleco, then you can use this driftwood as well, and it'll actually really help them out. While other fish and invertebrates do not eat the wood, a lot of algae and biofilm will adhere to the wood and will grow on it. This is kind of similar where if you go to the beach or the lake and you find that along the shore the rocks in the wood are really, really slippery, this is kind of the same idea. The stuff that is growing on those rocks that make them slippery is algae, biofilm, stuff like that, and that will also grow in the driftwood in your aquarium. And then you'll have fish that eat algae or anything like that. Shrimp will love it. They'll be able to nibble on that driftwood, and it'll be an easy spot for them to get nutrients as well. Now, like most wood, Malaysian driftwood is very good for anchoring plants in your aquarium that are not buried in the substrate. Some very popular ones that you'll find tied to driftwood are Anubias or Java fern. A lot of times, if you go to a fish store, you might even be able to buy a piece of Anubias already tied to a piece of driftwood for a little bit higher cost than if you just bought the driftwood or the Anubias by themselves. I have seen that in my local fish shops quite a lot. So that is something that you can definitely buy. As you can see, there's this piece here, there's this one. This one kind of comes across like this. All of those little pieces that stick out, you can easily wrap some fishing line around and tie a plant to it, and then, they'll be able to grow roots. While most wood is very good for tying plants, I'm not going to leave it out just because it isn't unique to Malaysian driftwood. Now, the last one is kind of a pro, but also kind of a con, which is why I did save it for the end. And that is because it is a softwood, it will not last forever. Most softwoods will eventually kind of disintegrate or degrade over time, and you will need to replace them. However, this happens over a very long period of time, and it is going to disintegrate a lot slower than something like leaf litter, which can happen in the span of a week, to something like Cholla Wood, which can be months to a couple years. Malaysian Driftwood generally will last 5 years or longer in your aquarium before you need to replace it. So even though you do have to replace it over time, in the span of softwoods, it does take a really long time. So those are all of the benefits of Malaysian Driftwood in your aquarium. I have done one on Indian almond leaves before, as well as Cholla Wood and lava rock. If you're interested in watching those videos, I will put the link in the description so you can check them out there. In the future, I also hope to make videos on any other types of wood that I might come across that will benefit your aquarium. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those future videos, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload. That is all for today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!